I've always wondered what gave models their ability to walk down the runway. It just looks so tough and fierce. It almost seems to follow them no matter what they do, even when they're just having fun. It doesn't matter what they're wearing. Even when it comes down to getting a job, they may seem lucky, but I promise it's not luck. It's the same thing that gives you the ability to stand on stage and sing in front of thousands. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be on the cover of Rolling Stone or have your own television network. The strongest political and business leaders all have it, and there's a lot of them. You don't have to be a guy CEO. Trust me, there's plenty of powerful women CEOs too. When it comes down to Olympians and athletes in general, they all have it. It takes a lot of it to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and on the inside, and on all the covers. That one thing they all share is confidence. Unfortunately, it's not a perfect world anymore. With the economy in shambles, and for young adults in school, things like homework, well, they certainly had a lot of pressure. And then there are things that destroy people from the inside, like gossip. I promise, no matter how tough you try to act, you can't really fake confidence. Even when people try, you can still see the despair and fear on their face. One of the biggest things I've found that's been a drag on confidence is bullying. There's a lot of programs in schools that help people stand up against bullying, but sometimes that's not even enough. Last year we had a chance to hang out with a guy that really took a stand on bullying. Meet Tony Sandifer. Talk about a hero. This young kid wasn't scared to be the face of the problem of bullying. I shared his story about standing up to the problem with my friend from the NFL, Julius Peppers. I told him about some of the things people were doing in the schools to stand up against bullying. Julius was so inspired by what Tony's doing to give other kids the opportunity to stand up against bullies themselves. He gave little Tony an award. Even with all that, and tough little guys like him, there's still a major problem that needs to be addressed.
New twist tonight in the bullying case, making headlines after a 12-year-old girl was bullied by classmates and took her own life.
It's hard to imagine, with all the amazing things we have going on in society these days, that there's even statistics like this.
They just say mean words. I don't know why, really.
How do you feel after they say it?
When they say it, I feel sad and sometimes I cry. I think they're just like jealous of me, but then I feel better because I know it's not true.
I felt left out a lot. They made me feel lonely, and it made me feel like I had no friends to go to.
You know, once those words are out, it's done. You can't take them back. A sorry sometimes doesn't fix it, and growing up, those things were hard for me to get through.
My older daughter, she's 14 now, and if I knew better back then, I would probably definitely start doing something, you know, a couple years ago. But she started being bullied probably from, the worst was 6th grade.
I remember when I was in 6th grade, I actually developed an eating disorder. And since my name is Anna, what the kids would call me, they would call me Anna, Rexic.
Even when you speak up, though nobody takes it seriously. And I know it can even end up tragic.
And oftentimes it does lead to something tragic. Things that define us for who we are. To things that weigh on us our entire lives. And bullying doesn't just affect one gender. I would argue that both the victims of bullying and the bullies themselves could grow up to be both the harasser and the person being harassed. But if spending all of our time focusing on how we address the effects of bullying, and that only gets us so far, what is it that we can do that addresses the cause? Meet Yana Jerman. When I first met Yana, she was spending her time working as a modeling coach, teaching people to be confident enough to walk down those Fashion Week runways. And trust me, we know it takes a lot of confidence.
As I went through Yana's class, it gave me a little more hope.
It just really makes you feel good about yourself. She made us look in the mirror, so you get to see who you are, embrace who you are.
Because I start doing myself, the classes, and I see Mila also, she got so much improved already, and it's been probably the 3rd class. And I see changes in myself, even I'm an adult.
When I met Yana, she definitely built up my character. She made me, I could say this 100% honest, she made me the person that I am today. She is incredible.
But what about the bullies themselves?
I think that at one point I was a bully, you know. Before Yana's class, I had this really strong, tough external barrier that would reveal myself as a bully. I used it to protect myself from being bullied, or to prevent myself from being manipulated or lied to.
When we sat down and interviewed the people in her class, I couldn't believe all the impact Yana made in transforming their lives. It wasn't just one of them, it was all of them. I wanted to sit down with Yana and get to the bottom of this. Yana's got a lot of theories about this, but I can tell you one thing for sure. They're all tested and they work. And in the end, it really came down to one thing.
Because I understand it is a huge transformation for them, but they don't even know what a bigger transformation it is for me. So each person that comes through my doors, they change my life daily, and it just doesn't go unnoticed. So I'm grateful for everyone that enters in my doors and into my life.
It was never my intention to bully someone, because inside I'm really a generous, cool, loving, caring person.
I feel better about myself because when I took Yana's class, I felt more confident.
We're all here together, trying to get better together, and it's like teamwork.
It helps everything, all aspects of life. It impacts in the best way possible. It impacts your life and how you appear to others, and how you appear to others could start everything.
I'm excited and hopeful to see all the impact that people like Yana make on bullying. But more importantly, it's about the impact she makes on society. And if you ask her, I promise you, she won't say that. But she certainly won't have a hard time telling you about all the impact her students make on society. My name is Chris Foltz, and I'm a social impact strategist, and that's why I work with Yana German.